Okay, guys, welcome back. So we're making a whole series. We're going through everything. So before you start, you're going to want to pick your radio. You can watch that video first. Now you've bought your radio and you're ready to start on simulators. So I'm going to teach you kind of some exercises that you can do that will help you translate flying in the simulator to flying in really life as fast as possible, and basically what you can do. So the first thing you got to understand with a drone is the way that it flies. Okay, so when you give it throttle, so you have your radio, and the stick on the left is going to be your throttle. So your throttle goes up and down, and then this is your yaw. Okay, so throttle and yaw. So when you throttle, the propellers spin faster, which makes the drone go up. So in a car or a video game or something, you'd think that when you give gas, the vehicle will move forward. So when you give throttle to the drone, it doesn't move forward, it goes straight up. The propellers pull it up. Okay? And then when you use yaw, all it does is turn it sideways. It doesn't bank it, it just turns the drone like this. That's yaw. So yaw, I'm going to look over to the right, or I'm going to look over to the left. So you understand throttle, it makes the propeller spin faster, and yaw lets you look to the left or look to the right. Okay? Now, you have your other axis over here. Up and down is pitch, and then left and right is roll. So if you roll to the left, your drone goes like this. And if you roll to the right, your drone goes like this. If you pitch forward, it goes forward. If you pitch backward, it goes backwards. Now, the important thing is that it's not like a car where you just lean and it turns. It keeps going. So if you roll to the right, you can do a full spin. If you roll to the left, you can do a full spin. If you roll forward, full spin. If you roll back, it goes in every direction and it keeps going that way. So you just want to use it a bit, and you're in full manual control. So we're flying in acro, and that means you're controlling everything. So you want to learn to use these axes all together at the same time. But it is nice to know the difference. And now look, if you are flying up and you cut the throttle, you can do a spin. But if you're flying up and you're giving it throttle and you start rolling, what will happen is you'll do a barrel roll. So throttle with a roll is a barrel roll because it's pulling you. It's pulling you as it's turning you. So no throttle, you can do a full spin. Throttle, you're doing a barrel roll. So it's good to know that. And the first thing that you should do, we're going to go into the simulator and we're going to do some things to show you how this all works. But those are your controls. And now let's go into the simulator and figure out the best way for you to practice and get better. Now, when it comes to simulators, there's a few of them. There's one called Uncrashed, and it's very good for practicing your freestyle kind of stuff. There's another big one called Trip. There's a whole pile of them. And then if you like Mario Kart, if you like video games and stuff, then there's one called DRL. And I think DRL is really great because it also has like a class that you can go through, so you can follow through all the classes, and kind of that teaches you how to do stuff too. But if you want the very best one with the best physics, then you want Velocidrone. And honestly, all you really need is Velocidrone. So we're gonna open up Velocidrone. I'm turning the audio off of my computer so I don't have to hear it. And now we're going to go through your first setup on Velocidrone. So now at the bottom of the radio, there's a charging port. At the top of the radio, you can connect your radio in. So the first thing you do is you turn on your radio, and then switch warning. And now you plug it in and you choose USB joystick. Okay, so you have your USB joystick, and we're gonna set up the radio on the simulator. And it'll be the same thing on just about all of them. So radio, let's say reset everything. So we're going fresh. So you're gonna go assign controller. Okay, it says move a stick on the controller you want to select. So you move your stick. Okay, now it's mapped. Now we're gonna go assign sticks. You're going to click that, and you're going to follow what it tells you to do. Okay, so follow the sticks. The same thing it's doing on the screen. That's what you're going to do. So you just do the exact same thing it shows you to do on the screen. Okay, now you center them. They're centered. Now that one goes, see, that's your yaw. So yaw to the right. Yaw to the right. Very good. Now pitch up. Now roll to the right. Throttle up. Center your sticks. Roll the right stick. Move the pitch stick up. Stop moving your sticks. Yaw to the right. Throttle up. Now you check if your controls are right. And if anything's wrong, you might have to reverse it. But it's not. So we're going to say yes. Oh, no. No. Everything's good. Okay. So now it's all work. I messed it up. I messed it up. Because I said that thing that I shouldn't have said. So we're gonna... Am I gonna do it all over again? Okay, I'm gonna do it all over again. Yeah, everything's good. No reversing. No. Okay, so now up, down, then this all moves the way it's supposed to. So now your radio is set up. Okay, so now you're going to pick yourself a drone. If you want to be able to use whoops and stuff, you have to buy the whoop package. So I'm actually going to show you basically when you get Velocidrone, you're going to go to Google, you go Velocidrone, and I don't have no affiliate links for that. But you just go here to Velocidrone, and it's a little bit weird. Shop, and then you can buy the Velocidrone license. And I would suggest buying this one and buying the micro class so that you can fly the whoops and stuff. So you get this one and this one. You could get the freestyle pack too if you want. But basically you want the license and the micro one because there's some online events that you can do. Like, yeah, there's online events that you can do. And there's also racetracks that you can practice and everything. So the whoop is good for that. I'm like, what did we just do? We did Race Gal? Yeah, Race Gal is an event that you can like do with these things. So you'd want to buy those two. Then you have it set up on your computer and you're able to start flying. So now let's go and let's say you didn't get the micro class. So we just go quick start. Oh, no, we don't want to do that. What am I doing? Why is it so big? Exit. Okay, so single player. You're going to go to single player and you're going to pick yourself a drone. I'd suggest using this. The Twig XL. Very nice. Avery. No noise. Okay. Now here you can go freestyle. And you can pick anywhere. So you can just pick all tracks, type in freestyle. Okay, so we're going to go fly here. So you can do races here. You can hit A, and A will let you like start. A will let you abort. You can set up your radio to do different things too. Like you can set up the switches and stuff. We're not going to really go through all of that. But now you can start flying. So you throttle. I have to arm it and stuff, I think. Why is it not working? Okay, guys, I'm a moron. Let's do this. Now, to set up... I know exactly what was wrong. Okay, so you got to set up your switches and stuff. So here you go to mapping. You map arm motor. And now you see it's axis 6 that we want to arm. So we click axis 6 and it makes axis 6 our arm. Now flip over after crash. You're going to, let's say, click. Can I do the lower part of the 6? I don't know if it'll let me. Will it let me do the lower part? No, I don't know. Let's not do that. So for flip over after crash, we'll make the button axis 5. So you get to pick whatever buttons you want. So arm is going to be axis 6 for me. When you push the button, it shows you what it is. So then I'm going to just do a restart race. And I want that to be this button. So see, that's axis 12. So I click on axis 12. That'll let me restart the race. Let's say you get stuck upside down and you just want to kind of reset it. Then you can set another button for that. So that'd be axis 7. So you're setting up all these things. Where's the reset? Axis 7. Yeah, so axis 7. Okay. Arm motors. I got my arm switch, my flip over after crash, and those buttons set up. So now everything will work. And yours might not be in manual mode. Mine is in manual mode. I'll show you how all that works now too. So that's all done. We're going to go to single player. You can choose this drone. And then you go to fly, you put in freestyle, pick a freestyle. Now we got a freestyle track where we can practice. Very good. So now start. Now, because it's in manual mode, I have to wait a few seconds for it to start. And then I'm going to be able to arm, and now I can start flying. So arm and then throttle up to start flying. I'll make it not too loud. You know what? I'm not going to have any sound because I find it a little annoying. Okay, so we're in the simulator. We can arm. Now we can start flying. So you have your throttle, and I have angle on my drone. So just by keeping it steady, I'm moving forward. You can have a lower angle, which will do less of that. You can have more angle, which will kind of like pull you forward more. If you want to learn more about angles, go to my How to FPV Angles Masterclass, and it'll teach you about that. I'm gonna actually put less of an angle right now, so we have to abort the race to be able to do adjustments. So advanced drone setup. You can copy my settings here if you want. These are the settings I like to use, so you're welcome to do that. We got to go find it's not in the advanced, it's in change quad settings. So see, I'm at a 50-degree angle. So I'm going to take it down, let's say, to a 20-degree angle. So you could start with a 20-degree angle and look at my settings, see if you want to take those. The other one is the rates and everything. So I would take those. For you, I would take these and copy them. First, put this into actual. So it's in actual rates. Then you can copy all these settings, use the same drone as me, copy these settings, and then you should be good to be able to do all this stuff. Now, when you throttle, your drone goes up. You have to arm it. Now you can throttle, your drone goes up. So now the first thing that you should start doing is kind of go above everything. Just go up here. And just learn throttle control, right? Throttle control is one of the most important things. If you are continuously throttling, you're just going to go up to the sky and it's never going to stop. So you need to figure out what level of throttle to keep you kind of hovering. And then you have to balance it. It's not something that just you keep in one spot. You have to learn to balance it because the quad will constantly kind of go up and down. So you got to balance your throttle. That's the first skill and most important thing you got to know. Then later on, you could do down low and you could just same thing, practice your throttle, go nice and slow and just fly around. But I think that when you're starting, you should be kind of up here Get your throttle, be kind of above the tree line. You don't want to be flying into any trees or anything. And you want to start learning all your axes. So you feel your yaw, you can yaw around. Then remember we got roll. So when you roll, if you throttle, see that's a barrel roll, and it'll pull you as you're going up, it'll pull you as you're going down. So what you want to kind of do is throttle up a bit, cut your throttle, and just roll. Then throttle, catch yourself. So you go up, you cut your throttle, and you roll, and you catch yourself. So throttle back up, throttle up, off throttle, do a spin, catch yourself with throttle. So that's the first thing. Do it to the right, then do it to the left, and get used to that. Get used to the timing. How long does it take for you to go all the way around, all the way around, all the way around, and then do it the other way, all the way around, all the way around, and get used to left and right. Then the next thing you can do is go up, throttle down, go halfway, and then go back. Go up, throttle down, halfway, and then halfway back. And you can just keep practicing to the right, upside down, to the right, and then to the left, upside down, to the left. And you keep practicing until you get used to that. Now you can do the exact same thing going backwards and forwards. So forwards, all the way around, catch yourself. Forwards, all the way around, catch yourself. Remember, if you throttle while you turn, it's going to pull you, and it'll pull you down as you're upside down. So you don't want to do that. You want to go up with your throttle. You want to cut the throttle, go all the way around, and catch yourself. Up with the throttle, all the way around, and catch yourself. Then you want to go the other way. So you throttle the pitch. There you go, boom. Pitch back, pitch back, pitch back. And you're going to get used to all your rolls. You're going to get used to your pitches. So no matter what happens, you can yaw all the way around. And see, one of the big mistakes that people will make, let me show you. So one of the biggest mistakes that people will make, as they're falling sideways, they'll try to catch themselves or fix it with yaw. When you're sideways and you yaw, look what happens. You're still sideways. It's never going to fix yourself. So anytime that you're stuck sideways, you're always going to fix yourself with roll and pitch. It's going to be on your right joystick. You're going to fix yourself with roll and pitch. Okay? So first, you're going to practice throttling up. You're going to roll to the right, catch yourself. You're going to throttle up. You're going to cut the throttle. You're going to roll to the left, and you can catch yourself. You're going to do that to the front. You're going to do that to the back. You're going to learn that. That's the most important thing for you to learn. To be able to roll all the way around, catch yourself, pitch all the way around, catch yourself. And now when you're stuck sideways, you see, all you have to do is roll until you're not sideways anymore. Or let's say you're like this. Now all you got to do is pitch forward. Now you're not sideways anymore. So whenever you're stuck sideways falling, what the heck do I do? You're always going to use pitch and roll to fix. Yaw will not help you, and you could cut the throttle so that you're not going in some weird thing. Cut the throttle, balance yourself, and then keep going. So that's one thing. Another thing that's very important for you to know is a half roll in any direction will straighten you out if you do it 2 times. So now look at this. So I can go upside down and forward. Upside down, forward, to the left, to the right, to the right, to the left, to the back, to the front. So no matter which direction I go, 2 half turns, I'm straight up. So look, half turn, half turn, half turn, half turn, half turn, half turn. So like, no matter which direction you go, you can always get back by making a half turn. So now let's go into simulator and I'll show you. Okay, so we're going up into simulator. What's happening? Okay. So we go up in the air and, okay, my monitor, let's get that proper. Okay. So you go up in the simulator, you've practiced these, you practice your rolls, you've practiced your pitches in all directions. So you've done full turns. So now we're working on half turns. So you can go drop the throttle, go to the right, go to the right. Now drop the cut, go up, drop the throttle, go to the left, and then go to the left. And you can do this slow and smooth, or you can try and do it faster. So watch this. Snap it, snap it. Snap it, snap it. Like you can start off by going kind of slow, go up till you see that, and then you can go backwards, and you're back straight up. You can go to the right till you're upside down. Now go to the left, and you use the horizon to keep yourself balanced. You don't do this like this. You don't do it like that where you're looking up. You have that horizon anywhere. You're in a big field. You have the horizon, and you just go boom, halfway this way, halfway that way. Then you go boom, forward, backwards. Then you go boom, forward, forwards, backwards, forwards. You learn these axes because everything is going to be on these axes. And then look, like you can be flying, you can yaw, now you're backwards, and now you can drop, and then go forwards. So you can mess around with all these axes, but the most important thing is for you to start understanding the timing of your drone, and every drone's going to be different. So anytime you get a new drone, you kind of go up, and you learn how long does it take for it to roll. Does it roll nicely? Is it too heavy? Is it doing weird things? Boom, roll, boom, roll, boom, roll, other way. Other way. See, I'm not as good at that way. On the right, boom. On the left, okay. And you get used to those rolls, and you get used to going like this, and you get used to going like that. And once you get used to these movements, that's the most important things for you to learn. Now you can start flying lower. So now you're going to risk hitting your drone, getting stuck in something, going whatever. But those movements are the most important. And now what you can do is you can start going like this. Look, up. You see that? Now you can do the thing I just showed you, right? So you can go up, and then you can go to the left. You can go up, and then you can go to the right. And then you can do some fun stuff like fly forward, yaw backwards. Now you're flying backwards, and then go up and catch yourself. And all those movements is everything in FPV, learning those movements. And you can kind of go forward and snap it, and then snap it. And if you want to be a more snappy pilot, same thing, forwards, forwards. And, or you can kind of like do smooth, right? You can go throttle, cut the throttle, go like that, and then catch yourself. See the ground, and then just smoothly come out of it. You start using these movements, and then you want to start learning how to dive. You go up, woo, turn, catch yourself. You start doing power loops. But one of the easiest loops to kind of start with is actually going like this, because you can see the cable, and you can follow it. So you can use your throttle to, you're doing a barrel roll. See, if I cut the throttle, now I'm just spinning. It doesn't do anything. But now I'm using my throttle to pull myself around the roll. So you see the difference, and I can make it bigger, and I can control where I'm going because I see the cable the whole time. When I start doing power loops and stuff, it's a little tricky to learn those movements. But like, see, I just go, and throttle, you pull the throttle through, and then you catch yourself. You pull the throttle through, and then you kind of cut the throttle, and you catch yourself. And you can kind of just try and keep it even tighter. If you keep the cable in your sight longer, you'll keep it a bit tighter, and you might hit it. Then you want to start practicing Matties is the opposite. So you kind of go over it, and you want to do this somewhere higher, not as low, so that you can catch yourself. So Mattie's going to be a lot easier when a cable's up here, and you just kind of go forward, and you follow it, and then you throttle yourself back. And you go forward, and you follow it, and you pull yourself back, and you hit the ground. So now let's say you're stuck here on the ground, and you want to turtle. So you activate turtle mode first, and then you arm it, and now you can push. So let's say you're tilted upside down to the right. You would turtle, and then you would kind of move your joystick a little bit to the right to flip yourself over. And you can do it all. It's the same kind of in the sim. The sim's a little bit more sensitive. But these are the movements that you need to learn to become able to fly outside. And that's the best exercises that you can do. Just go up above the tree line, do your rolls, go up above the tree line, go in any direction, half and half, half and half, boom, 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 like any direction. And then start going gentle and just like do those half and half directions, right? Throw yourself upside down, turn yourself, catch yourself, start going the other way, catch yourself, and just play with those movements. Look at the ground. You can see where the ground is. Go up, go upside down, see the ground. You know how much time you have before you can stop yourself. And then you can kind of start going in different directions. You can go up, woo, turn yourself, and learn to just be used to all those movements. And then another one, when you want to turn, don't use one axis, use both. So you push roll and yaw to the right. I don't know if you ever played video games, you know how to strafe, like when you go around a turn. Because look, we can go here and we can go straight, and then with our yaw, we can yaw this way. But see, we're still moving in that direction. We got to always use those propellers to pull us where we want to go. But see, sometimes people think, okay, they yaw this way. I'm like, wait a sec, I'm not going that way. I'm still drifting. So if you want to be able to go that way, you got to use yaw and roll together and then smoothly. See? Now you're going to turn. Now we can get going. Yaw and roll together. Yaw and roll together. And then you can also do it like, see here, you can use them together. Boom, 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 and it's kind of like a little bit more snappy. You can stop at any moment and go the other way. But like just with yaw, see, yaw will do this, and just roll will do that. So with roll and yaw together, boom, boom, practice those things. And just get used to these movements and get used to controlling your drone. Do it up high first, and then start slowly bringing yourself to the ground and just follow the road. Start following these roads. And then use those sticks together. Woo! And then that gets exciting. Kind of lower is a bit more exciting, but there's a lot more stuff that you can hit. So you want to start high. You learn all those movements, and then you start coming low. Then you can start flying through things. If you want to fly through things, the direction you want to go, put it in the middle of your screen. Just keep it in the middle of your screen, and then you'll be fine. And then just get used to these movements. Become one with it, and then once you're able to do all this stuff, then you're ready to go and fly your first drone. So I hope that helped you. I hope that helped you like understand the way that the quad flies, the way that it moves, and how you can do all this stuff in the simulator, how to set it up, and then practice some dives. Dives are my favorite. Go up, woo, line yourself up. Oh, I should have throttled a bit to get away from that building. But I can restart because I got it set on a switch. Let's try that again. So when we go and do dives, you go up. I started before. Okay, so when you do dives, you go up, you pull yourself up. You can line yourself, cut the throttle, position yourself, use your throttle to get in there, and then woo! I think that, yeah, that's basically how you learn to fly in the simulator, set up the simulator and everything. But yeah, these kind of things are a lot easier because you see them the whole time. Just barrel rolling around stuff. And just learning to really control your throttle. And those movements. Becoming one with the drone. Those are all the movements. Every trick is made out of those movements. Boom. And just that bounce. Throttle up, cut the throttle, turn. 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 Catch yourself. The throttle is going to keep you up. And then you want to be able to fly around and turn, you cut that throttle every time you do those movements. And then when you come out of them, throttle back, catch yourself, bounce a bit. Woo, right? And then when you're lower, then you can start doing stuff. How are we going to do an orbit? With an orbit, you're just kind of gently rolling and tilting in. So you're rolling, you're tilting in, and then you're throttling a little bit, just a little bit. The momentum can kind of like pull you away from it. So then you kind of go gentler. You use a little bit less throttle, you get a little bit closer, and you start like finding that balance, right? Woo! And I guess it's fun. I don't really fly in the simulator that much. I like doing it in real life. Oh, no, I didn't. Woo! Let's go through here. Yay. And there, yeah, that's how you fly in the simulator and learn everything before doing it in real life. Okay? Yay. I'm going to put this in a playlist, so a series of videos with all the stuff you need to learn. Okay? Very good.